Do you ever feel like you cannot just stop thinking about something? You're just, going down the rabbit hole. You're just, overthinking a lot of notifications. You're just overstimulated all the time. You cannot just stop thinking, you know. So if you are in that spiral, then this video is all about how you can stop that chatter in your mind using this very simple technique that is called journaling. So journaling, I actually started journaling in the year 2020. I mean, it was just like 2 or 3 years back, where my therapist recommended me to start documenting things. I definitely have heard about journaling and all of those things. It sounded very fancy to me, so I did not have the time and energy to invest something in it. So I used to, not do it so much. But then, when 2 years back, when my therapist recommended me to document my thoughts, that's when I stumbled upon, journaling. Okay. So, actually, journaling is a very simple yet effective technique. It actually um, gives clarity. It, stops that chatter in your mind. If you are someone like me who keeps, overthinking about stuff, and you cannot just stop it whatsoever, then journaling is your tool. It is super easy, and it is cost ineffective as well. I mean, anybody can start journaling. You do not need any fancy tools or gadgets to get started. So journaling actually helps you slow down your thoughts. So it is actually the slowest form of thinking. They say that when you start writing on paper or maybe a digital journal, uh, I mean, actually, digital journal not so much because you're typing, but when you're actually writing in a book, it is the slowest form of thinking, because you need to be really, when you're thinking in your head, you think about thousand things at once, right? But when you're writing, you have to only think about the next word that you're going to write. So it is the slowest form of thinking, they say. So once I started journaling, it actually helped me to think clearer. So whatever thoughts that I have in my mind, when it goes onto the paper, it actually clears your head and gives that some sort of, clarity that you are actually looking for. So people might think there are a lot of things in my head and I know what to do, but trust me, when that goes onto the paper, you can literally see how clearer your thoughts get. So that is what it is. So when I started journaling, I was actually just, dumping out my emotions. That's all I was doing. But then uh, over the time, over the years, what I have done is I have discovered few of the different types of journal that has worked for me, and I think it would help you as well. So it might work for you as well. So that's why today I'm going to share three simple journaling uh, types that has helped me, and you can try that too. If you're a beginner, definitely you can start with these things, and maybe later on, if you feel like you want to explore more and you want to you do have the time and energy to, explore more about journaling, please feel free to do so. But these are the three types of journaling that I'm currently doing. I have been consistent over the past 2 years. I'm still doing it every single day. So the first type of journaling I want to talk about is junk journaling. Okay, so this is the most easiest, and it is like a raw, safe space. See, if you are overthinking, and if your thoughts are scattered and if you lack clarity, then this is the thing that you can go for. Maybe you're going through a tough time, you know talking about your emotions. There's something emotional that has happened, and you want to uh, take it out. I mean, you want to release those emotions out. So definitely use this type of journaling that is called as junk journaling. So here in this type of journaling, what you do is you just dump out your emotions. It can be raw. You do not have to worry about your handwriting or how messy it is, or you can do anything and everything in your journal. Doesn't matter. Okay, nobody is going to check it. It's only for you, not anybody else. So if you want to release your anger regarding different regarding a person, definitely do it in your book. Nobody is going to read it. Only you are the only person that is going to read it, only if you want to. Again, you do not have to go back to the same thing, that whatever that you have written. So this is a raw, unfiltered space or unfiltered way of dealing with emotions. So once you get all of those thoughts, it could be good, it could be bad, it could be anything, happiness, sorrow, it could be any kind of thoughts. You do not have to worry, you do not have to uh, think about anything. Whatever comes to your mind, whatever that you're going to, just put it onto paper. It can be messy, it can be anything. Okay, it can be smallest of the smallest thing or biggest of the biggest things. Just put it onto paper. Nobody is going to read it. If you think that somebody is going to read it, just tear those papers, or just dump it somewhere, or maybe you can just lit it as well. I mean, you can just fire it if you think someone is going to read my books or whatever it is. So you can do that, you do not have to worry. So most of the time when you do this sort of journaling, what happens is those you know emotions that you have, that have been in your mind, in your body, most of the emotions will be stored in your body as well. You feel that emotional release when you do certain things. So that's why, definitely, if you are going through a tough time, if you do not have anyone to share it with, do it on your paper, on your journal. It can be anything, you do not have to worry about anything. Just write it down, whatever comes to your mind, good, bad, ugly, doesn't matter. Just dump it over there, so that once you do this, you'll get to see how small of a problem it was, and you actually feel light when you do this. Trust me, if you try this once, and I can assure you that you will definitely feel lighter. You feel like something has come off your shoulder. People, I mean, say that, research say that your emotions are stored in your shoulders and hips, so you actually feel lighter when you do this. Definitely, if there is any bird, it feels like something uh, is going out of your body. The experience is actually different. You have to do it if you want to get started, and if you just want to dump out your emotions, you have no one to talk to, therapy is expensive and all of those things, then start with this kind of journal that is called as junk journaling. Moving on, the second type of journaling that I want to talk about is gratitude journaling. So this journal is all about things you're grateful and thankful for. It could be anything. It could be just as simple as a cup of coffee that you had in the morning, or maybe uh, you're grateful for the pet that you have, you're grateful for your parents, you're grateful for the food that you get to eat. It could be as simple as that, or maybe it could be bigger as well. Maybe you have a car now, so you can talk about, I'm grateful for a new car that whatever. It could be big as well. Maybe you have bought a penthouse in Dubai, so you can say, I'm so happy and grateful to retire my parents at the age of 28, and now I'm living luxuriously and lavishly in my Dubai penthouse. And again, this is just what came to my mind. So it could be anything. It could be silly. It could be good. Something small, something big, doesn't matter. You just have to think about three things that you're grateful for that particular day. So most of the time what happens is people are not grateful and thankful for what they actually have in their life already. we usually compare our life to other people. Oh, that person is having a big house, that person is, traveling all the time and all of those things, and we usually do not look at our own life and be grateful for all the things that you currently have. So we usually try to compare and tell ki, oh, that person has that and this, and you never know what the other person is missing. Only you know what you have and what you do not have. So only focus on the positives, focus on what you have. It could be anything. That there are a lot of people who may not have a family, even though they are successful, they have um, heaps and heaps of money, they might not have a family. You never know that. So be grateful for whatever things that you already have in your life, and do not compare your life with other people. You never know what they are dealing with, what they are going through, what are the things that are missing in their life. So be grateful for whatever small thing, big thing, and everything in between that you have in your life. Be grateful for it, and just write three to five things that you're grateful for every single day. It could be anything. Just start writing, so that what happens is, when you start writing, or when you start with gratitude journaling, you actually look for things to be grateful for. So today maybe you have written something very small, maybe tomorrow you are actually looking for something, so that I can write it in my journal. So you actually start looking for opportunities, looking for things to be grateful for every single day, and it actually rewires your brain to look for positive side of the things, to look for brighter side of things, and things to be thankful and grateful for in your own life. It doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be big all the time. It could be as small as a coffee, as small as having water. There are a lot of people who do not have the privilege of drinking water. So you never know, right? So that's why you have to be grateful for all the things that you currently have in your life. So this is the second type of journaling. I would highly recommend you to start, and it's quite easy. It doesn't take much time. You can definitely, anybody can start with this. And the third type of journaling I want to talk about is future self journaling or manifestation journaling. Again, I'm a big believer of, manifestation and visualization and all of those mystical things. I'm a big believer of that. And this is, again, another thing that you can start practicing. So it's quite easy. So here in this journal, you are going to talk about the person you want to become, but in present tense, as if it is already happened. Okay, so say for example, you're not confident, you are shy. So what you can say is, instead of saying I want to be confident and be extroverted, you can say something. Instead of that, you have to say, I am confident and I walk with confidence in any room that I go to. So something of that sort. So you are actually writing it in present tense, as if it has already happened. You're not writing I will be confident, I will be wealthy, I will be rich, I will be famous, I will be beautiful. No, you are writing in present tense. So instead of all of those things, you can write I am beautiful, I am rich, I am wealthy, I am successful, I am famous. So these are the things that you can write about. It should always be in present tense. Say for example, if you're going to write it in uh, past tense, or maybe in future tense. If you're going to be writing in future tense, you have to write it in current tense, that is it has already happened, because brain doesn't know the difference between what has happened and what is going to happen. So that's why you're just rewiring your brain to think as if it has already happened, it is already in your life in the current moment, so that you know it makes your goals appear nearer, or it just makes it happen. That's like the manifestation law and all of those things. I'll not go into much detail about it, but this is what you can do. So write the things first, list out all the things that your future self want to be. Okay, if you want to be beautiful, write these are the, I want to be beautiful, I want to be rich, I want to be successful, I want to be famous, I want to be a public speaker, I want to be a content creator, I want to be a YouTuber, whatever it is. So list out all the things that you want to become, and then write. When you're journaling, this is the one time activity, and then while journaling every single day, write it as: I am beautiful, I am rich, I am a public speaker, I am a content creator on YouTube and I have 10k subscribers, I am rich, I am making 5 lakh per month via content creation or something of that sort. But you're writing it in present tense as if it has already happened. Write it every single day and you'll notice a huge difference. So it has happened in my life as well. I have been practicing these three types of journaling every single day, and it has improved my life tremendously. There are a lot of things that has manifested, and I'm so grateful for all the things that has happened in my life. There are also things that is taking a little bit of time to manifest, but I truly believe that that is going to happen one day or the other. So this is what you can do. This is the third type of journaling. It is very easy. I know it sounds very mystical and delusional and all of those things. Doesn't matter. It's your journal. Nobody is going to read it. You do it for you. If you are into manifestation, this is the best kind of journaling that you can do. Nobody is going to read your journal. So be who you want. You can be anyone that you want to be in your journals, and nobody is going to touch it. If you feel like people are going to read it, just burn them off. Nobody cares. Okay, so these are the three types of journaling that I want you to start with. Now you might ask me how to start journaling, how to start with these kind of journaling. The only materials that you need is, you have to know if you're doing physical journaling, that is using a book, or if you want to do digital journaling. Definitely if you're getting started, you can start with digital journaling. There are a lot of apps that you can use. On iPhone you have journal app, you have notes app, or you can also download Google Docs or Google Word or whatever Word document. It could be anything. You can just start with it. It doesn't have to be fancy. You can also use Notion for it. You can use any app, any basic app that you have on your phone, because you're just dumping out things, so you do not have to worry about fancy apps that you have to use. So start with get to know what kind of journaling that you want to do, either a book or apps. Okay, I would, if you're starting, I would highly suggest you to do physical journaling or using a book. But if you do not want to invest in a book, then you can go for digital journaling. But I would highly suggest getting a book and journaling it. Again, if you're getting a book, it doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be like a proper journal. You can use any book. Okay, any kind of books. It could be your notebook, whatever that you get in your shops. You can use anything. That is your journal, your choice of book. It doesn't have to be fancy or expensive. Just use whatever book that you have, where you can dump out your emotions and just get started with it. Okay, so these are the things that you can do. So if you're doing junk journaling, you can do it on your notes, some sort of a notebook if you have. I usually use this kind of journals. I also have a notebook where I actually dump out my emotions, because if you're doing if you're doing junk journaling, the first kind of journaling, sometimes what I think is, I do not want to be uh, using good ones for dumping my emotions, dumping my bad thoughts. So that's why I usually use a plain white book. Okay, unruled book, notebook. So doesn't have to be fancy. And if I'm doing gratitude journaling or manifestation journaling, then this is the kind of books that I go for, because it is, I mean, it looks good. And there is another book, I mean, I actually started with this book, this kind of books. I got it on Amazon. I think it is from Laurent Blanc Daily Planner for 80 days. So this is something you can buy from Amazon if you're starting. This is how I started. So actually there are a lot of things. This is a very good journal to start if you're someone who want to start new habits, and if you want to plan your day and all of those things and also journal about it, then this is a very beautiful book, very beginner friendly. So they have I am grateful for, there are like 5 lines, and then affirmations, 5 lines again, and then goals, and then good habits to adopt and bad habits to leave, and then top 3 priorities, and then what is the plan, like today's plan. There's this time that you can see, and you can write like at 9 p.m. you're going to wake up, and you do brush, and then journaling, and reading a book, meditating, praying, something of that sort. You also actually have doodling space as well, so which is beautiful. Actually this is a highly uh, recommended book. I mean, I actually like it. Then how can I make tomorrow better, and what is the productivity score, what is today's learning. This is a book that I started with, and then later I just switched on to plain book where it is freehand. You just have like these pages where I have written few things, and yeah, that is what it is. You can switch to this, but if you're just starting out, I would highly recommend you to get it. I mean, I have a lot of things here, so it is a very beautiful book. So these are the things that you can do. You can either do it in the morning or in the evening before sleeping. So I would highly recommend for you to do either first thing in the morning or last thing at night before sleeping. So because your brain is highly suggestible to information, to new information during this time period, like in 10 morning, first thing in the morning and last thing at the bed. So that's why you can experiment during this time. But if you um cannot do it, then maybe in the afternoon, or whatever time that you feel is good for you, is suitable for you, you can do it anytime. But if you do have the time, then the best time to do it is either morning, first thing in the morning, or last thing in the night. Okay, last thing at night. So that is what you can do. So, if you have been overthinking, and if you feel that you're stuck and you do not have clarity of thoughts, your mind is just scattered everywhere, you're thinking about uh, different things, and you cannot just pause your brain or pause your overthinking, then journaling is the tool for you to get clarity and to actually stop spiraling. So, this is something very easy and effective at the very same time. So this is something that can start with if you do not want to share things with other person, or if you do not want to spend a lot of money on therapy and all of those things, then journaling is the thing that you can do. And trust me, it has helped me a lot, and I definitely think that it is going to help you as well. So definitely let me know in the comments if which is that one kind of journaling that you are going to start today. And subscribe to my channel if you like such videos. I post weekly on Fridays 6:30 p.m. and this is Avarnya, and I'm signing off. Bye bye.